friend.
Hey, I am her girl.
Live, raw, uncut, and uncensored. It's just for clicks. Featuring your host, Michael Buckeister.
Please.
And what is up, everybody? This is Michael Buckeister. I'm with my co-host tonight, Mike, with Mike and Mike in the afternoon. Mike, how is your day going? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm celebrating. Are you celebrating?
I had my Taco Tuesday with my Corona. So I officially got the coronavirus tonight. I'm a little loosey-goosey with the coronavirus. So,
Whoa. Speaking of the coronavirus.
The virus. Coronavirus. Who said that? Was that
Wait, oh no, it was Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi. Coronavirus.
Did you see that the CDC came out? I think it was like Sunday, right? They came out and was like, okay, we're revising the death toll from 60,000 to like 37,000.
Right. Which is because
it just feeds into the conspiracy of everybody. Like, I fell out of a plane. Oh, he fell out of a plane and died. Must have been a coronavirus.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I have to add to that story here. My brother-in-law has a friend's mother that was stupid sick. She had like stage 4 cancer, and she had ammonia and all this stuff, and she died like 3 weeks ago. And they claimed her as a COVID-19 patient because she happened to die, but just between March and April or whatever it was. And again, they're like, this is stupid. She had cancer. Like, calm down with that.
Like I said in past shows, I have a friend in Beaumont. His grandmother died of a stroke, and they got the death certificate back and labeled it as coronavirus. She never tested positive. She never had any symptom, but they classified it. It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah. I mean, like, my wife is a nurse, and she is concerned because, you know, she has to go back to this crap here in the next, I don't know, six weeks or so when she gets to go back to work from having our second son. But a guy been kind of switching my position on the whole coronavirus thing, kind of to like appease her like a tad bit. But this has been fucking stupid. Let's be totally honest.
Let's come out right here on Just for Clicks. Let's just come out on Mike and Mike in the afternoon. This whole shit is fucking stupid. We're shutting down our economy. Millions of people are unemployed right now.
Right.
Small business owners are shutting down their businesses permanently. So, you know, I own a marketing company. I own a fitness marketing company, and we market for, you know, a shit ton of gyms around the country. And, you know, a lot of them are shutting down because of this. You're taking away people's livelihoods for what? For what? Like, don't get me wrong, people. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm going to catch a lot of slack for this. I get it. The coronavirus is real, and people are really dying from this. But guess what? People die from the flu. People die from cancer.
Right.
People die every day. It's just part of life. I'm sorry if you think I'm rude and crude, but hey, people die. It's going to happen.
Jameis, our Facebook guy here, the guy behind some of the Facebook posts here, says that everybody knows that the death polls are bogus. I wouldn't say they're bogus by any means. People are dying from COVID. I'm not going to take that away from anybody whatsoever, but they are kind of being inflated to justify of what we're doing, to be totally honest. I saw a little line graph thing saying that we have lost more people from diabetes since the coronavirus has started, since actual coronavirus. So
I mean, it's people with underlying issues that are dying from this.
Right.
You know, like I think they put out a report in New York I want to say, and don't quote me on this, but in between, like, let's say 70 to 80% of the people that have died from the coronavirus were obese. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for them to breathe anyway when you're 150 pounds overweight, and then the coronavirus takes away 30% of your lung capacity, and you try to have sex. You're going to.
if you have trouble going down the stairs and you're breathing heavy,
Right.
you might die from the coronavirus.
But yeah, so like Mike said, the CDC reamped the numbers, basically cut the numbers in half, like the death toll. Why did they do that? Like, were like people calling them out, like my brother-in-law's friend, like, hey, this wasn't a COVID patient, this was a cancer issue, or like, do you know why?
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole shit is corrupt, man.
Jameis, the actual it is not even like 100%. It's like 0.001 or something like that. Like
actually, it's 0.007%.
Yeah, and it's going to keep going down, because I know here in the Kentucky and Indiana area, they're testing like 15,000 or 1,500 to 2,000 people like every day now. So the numbers are going to keep going down.
Let's take New York, for example. 3 weeks ago, they were having like 2,000 people die from the coronavirus, right? So I checked today. Yeah.
Air quotes.
Today, there's only roughly about 250 people in New York who have died from the coronavirus. Like the numbers have drastically gone down. So here it is. Open up the economy, because you're putting people's livelihoods at stake, and you're creating something, 3 or 4 months down the road from now, you're creating something that's going to cause people to go homeless or not be able to provide for their families.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is coronavirus. The shit is bogus. Let's go. Let's talk number one.
Trending topic number one is got to be Frank Gore to the Jets. So if you guys have been living under a rock, don't know who Frank Gore is, he is quite arguably one of the most solid running backs you can have on your team I'm going to say for 14 years of his career. His last season, I don't really remember him playing all that much, but he is going into a 16 season, going to the New York Jets, probably become a third down back, or just one of those named on the roster to go along with Le'Veon Bell.
I don't think he's another name on the roster. I think he's a 1-2 punch with Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon Bell is a first and second down back, and Frank Gore is that third down back. Or let me take it a step further. I think Frank Gore is going to be your red zone running back, right? Because we all know Frank Gore is that punch you in the mouth, no head, like just plow through the line running back, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, the only thing that worries me about this is the New York Jets really don't have an offensive line like you would want.
Well, they did okay in the draft to protect Sam Darnold. They drafted a running back, the Mikel Prine guy from Florida.
Who are their weapons on the outside again?
Let me look at the roster here. As far as wide receivers go, they have Braxton Berrios, Lawrence Cager, George Campbell, Crowder, Doxson, and Hatcher. And they did draft the kid from your neck of the woods, Mims, from the Big 12, from the Baylor Bears. So
Mims was okay. I watched him play at Baylor. He's okay. I don't think they did a great job with surrounding their quarterback with some weapons. I think Frank Gore just adds to that ground game, because we all know if you have a strong ground game, right, the passing game starts to open up.
Right, which is positive for a young Sam Darnold and Mims. Like that's the only thing. That's the only reason why I think they could have drafted, or not drafted, but picked up Frank Gore in free agency. That's the only reason why.
I like the move. I really like the move. Frank Gore to the Jets. I think it's a 1-2 punch with Le'Veon Bell because we all know what Le'Veon Bell can be, and we all know what he can do. We saw it with the Steelers.
Right.
Now, going back from last season, Le'Veon Bell wasn't who Bell was. Let's hope he could be what he was with the Steelers. But adding Frank Gore to the mix and taking that workload off of Bell, I really think it'll be. I think it's really cohesive right there.
So you are thinking Frank Gore is going to go in there and be a 1-2 punch. I think Frank Gore is going to that team basically could become a running back coach without him giving the running back coach title. Because if you look at the roster, not counting Le'Veon Bell, they only have 9 years of experience in the running back position. If you add Le'Veon Bell, that's 16 years. So the running back's years of experience is 16 years, and Frank Gore has 16 years of experience. I don't think Frank Gore is going to take a spot of one of these younger kids that are under 3 years experience, and they're going to cut this guy. I think Frank Gore is going to be a coach without the coaching title. I think that's why they brought him there.
So do you think that the Jets are going by running back by committee?
I mean, if you look at the roster, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs on the roster right now, not counting Frank Gore. I mean, last year, Le'Veon Bell, I think he was injured probably most of the year, and I want to say the Dixon guy got most of the carries, but I'm not 100% positive because I don't watch the Jets. The Jets are trash. So, but yeah, he is definitely going to be there, I think, as a coach by any means.
I mean, it's the Jets, so you can't expect miracles, right? The Jets have been, let's be honest, the Jets have been trash for the past decade.
I wouldn't say they're. I mean, let me retract that statement a little bit. I don't think they're going to be trash by any means this year because this is kind of their division to lose because the Patriots, you know, they're going to be down. Miami is rebuilt. We don't know what they're going to be. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are going to be the Buffalo Bills. They're going to be 9-7, 8-8. So if the Jets can pick off some, because they were in the bottom half of the NFL last year, so they're going to have a bottom half of the schedule. They're going to play teams like the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions and other lower teams. So there's going to be a lot of easy wins out there. So
I really can't wait till Thursday. I really want to see the schedule.
Yeah.
Then I'll be able to make a more educated prediction on what's going to happen.
Yeah. So speaking of that guy, starting next week, next Sunday night, we're going to start breaking down each of the 32 NFL team schedules, picking a win-loss record. Way too early, but we're going to wing it and see what happens. So let's go ahead and move on here.
Okay. Andy Dalton to the Cowboys. Okay, so it happened yesterday. Yes, I was sick. I didn't get to talk about this, so we're talking about it tonight. Yes, I know we're a little late.
As he's wearing his Cowboys jersey.
The best running back in the league. But according to Mike, he's the second. He thinks
we'll get into that later.
Number one. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Andy Dalton to the boys. I think it puts pressure on Dak Prescott. I really do. Like, bro, we've offered you 4 years, and we've offered you $100 million plus. Like, let's go. Because I think Dalton and Dak Prescott, I think they're the same quarterback. And I think Dalton is a little bit better because Dalton has that arm. I think Dalton's arm is better. And I think that long ball is what the Cowboys are really missing. Right? So let's bring in Dalton. I think there's going to be a quarterback controversy in the offseason between Dalton and Dak. And I think Dalton wins.
Yeah, I said this last night on the show. I am predicting by week 4 or week 5, we're going to hear rumblings from the fans, from people like you, Mike, and people like the Marcus, the sports freak, that's the Dallas Cowboys insider. They're going to kind of be crying for Andy Dalton to take that spot because Dak is going to get off to a rough start. Yes, we don't know what their schedule lays right now, but if you go by last year, they won the games they weren't supposed to, and they lost the games that they should have won, i.e. Miami Dolphins and like the Jets.
Dak is about holding out because he hasn't got a contract signed. You know what? Go ahead and hold out. We've got Dalton.
Yeah,
I think Dalton is just as good as Dak Prescott, if not better. I like Dalton because he is a true passer, right? And he's got that pocket presence. Let's not forget the Cowboys, top 5 offensive line, easy in the league.
Yeah, still.
And let's not forget, too, he's got Amari Cooper, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb to throw to.
Right.
When has Andy Dalton had 3 potential? I said it on the past shows. Amari Cooper, in my opinion, is an elite receiver.
At home.
Okay. I'll give you that, troll. I can give you that.
Numbers don't lie.
Gallup, I think there's so many points that Dak left on the field to Gallup last season.
Gallup could be a number 1 receiver on 2/3 of the teams right now.
Easy. His speed downfield is he can hang with the best of them.
Right.
And now you bring in CeeDee Lamb in the process or into the fold. Right. So now any of those 3 receivers, you can interchange. You can put CeeDee Lamb as the number 1. You put Michael Gallup in the slot, and you can put Amari in the second. Right. You can. There's so many different situations that you could put these receivers in to make them get open.
You could easily have a number 1 receiver on 2/3 of the NFL teams playing your slot receiver, playing your number 3 or even number 4 receiver for the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Let's not forget who the coach is.
Right.
With Mike McCarthy.
That puts a different aspect to the Dallas Cowboys that they have been missing since they have assembled this team the way they have with Dak and Zeke and
here's another thing. When Mike McCarthy came to the Cowboys, he didn't reach out to Dak at all.
Which that is a red flag to me because
and then we bring in Andy Dalton.
Yeah. So you brought up the fact that Andy Dalton has never had receivers to throw to besides AJ Green, right?
Besides AJ Green.
I'm not worried about that. Andy Dalton has never had a line to protect his ass.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. He has never had a running game to support his passing game. That they had the Bernard guy for a year or like or two. It's
just like we talked about with the Jets earlier, right? Right. Any quarterback that you give, or any quarterback that you give a running game to, right? They're pretty successful.
Right.
So now, not only did the Cowboys have a running game, but they have 3 receivers that you can throw to. 3 weapons. And let's be honest, CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Cooper. I don't care what anybody says. Those are weapons. And all 3 of those guys are home run hitters.
Yeah. And so I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups where people want to base careers off of numbers and seasons off of numbers. This is a season that you have to do what Michael Buckeister does. Watch the freaking football game, listen to your eyes, and just because Amari Cooper has 2 catches for 16 yards, look what the safeties are doing over the top. They're going to be going over the top, double, like it may not be a true double team, but it is going to be a bracket zone. You're going to have a guy playing the flat. You're going to have a guy playing the deep ball, and you're going to have a linebacker in the middle of the field to complete that triple.
There's no way you can play straight up man against those 3 receivers.
No, you are going to see what they do against the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
Not only that, you got fucking Zeke coming out of the backfield.
Yeah. And who is the backup to like Zeke that played the first couple games of the year? I really like him too.
Hell no, I would not trade Amari Cooper for Jamal Adams. No.
What? What?
No. That's probably Jameson, I love you, bro, but that's probably the dumbest question I've ever heard. I am not trading Amari Cooper.
You do not sign $100 million man for somebody that very few people have heard of. Let's be totally honest. So
I'll trade a first or second round pick of 2021 for Jamal Adams.
It'd be 2 first-round picks, one I thought you meant for Amari Cooper. My bad there. No. But let's go ahead and go back to what signing Andy Dalton means for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had a gift-wrapped contract, was $130 million in his lap, and he said, "No, I want more." Signing Andy Dalton gives him no leverage to negotiate whatsoever. Oh, you want more money? Oh, you sat week 5? Get out of here, boy.
It wasn't the money. He wanted more years. The Cowboys were only interested in giving him 4 more years. Right?
Which I feel is
it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
I mean, what, like, you want me to give you a 10-year deal and you get hurt the second year in, and I'm stuck for 8 years? Come on now.
No. And not only that, like, we've seen what you've done over the first 4 years. And I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. And to me, what you've done, aside from your rookie season, is not impressive.
Are you talking about Dak Prescott?
Yes, I'm talking about Dak Prescott.
The same Dak Prescott that your boy Quincy Carter thinks is better than Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
just want to make sure.
Yeah. Quincy Carter thinks that Dak Prescott deserves the 5 years, the $130 million. I think Dak Prescott is a $20 million a year quarterback.
He is I gotta want to say he's a tier 2 quarterback because I think he might crack the top 10 just because of just a pure talent around him. If you were to put Dak Prescott on the Jets, do you think he warrants $30 million? No, I don't think so. I don't think he single-handedly catapults the Jets to a playoff contender. He has to have people around him. He reminds me a lot of Joe Flacco when he was with the Baltimore Ravens. He didn't win that Super Bowl. The people around him won that Super Bowl. How about
won that Super Bowl?
Right. Trent Dilfer, the same way. He did not win that Super Bowl. The people around him won that Super Bowl. I'm going to hate on my boy Alex Smith a little bit here. He does not win games. The people around him win games. Alex Smith is a game manager. That's what Dak Prescott is. He's going to be a game manager.
He's a bus driver.
Right.
That's what Dak Prescott is. He's a bus driver. Let's be honest. Dak Prescott throws 5 and 10 yards. If we're going over 15 yards pass down the field, his accuracy is fucking horrible.
Maybe he needs LASIK eye surgery like Jameis does or did. So give me a bold prediction. I said by week 4 or week 5, Andy Dalton is a starter for the Dallas Cowboys. What is your prediction?
Week 2 or week 3, Andy Dalton is a starter for the Cowboys.
What does Dak Prescott do to get pulled from his starting job?
I think we go into history of playing the Giants the first game of every year, and I think we lose the first game to the Giants.
And that gets him pulled.
That gets him pulled.
I think he has a game where he throws 3 interceptions.
What happens in practice gets him pulled, because I think during the off season, right? Because this COVID shit is going to end. There's already a lot of NFL teams that are going to start holding in-person practices. So I think during practice and then the off season, Andy Dalton is going to shine over Dak Prescott.
And I agree with you this 100%. And I think why Andy Dalton does shine over Dak Prescott is because he is going to come in there hungry. He knows he's on a 1-year deal. It's a 1-year prove it deal. Yes, it's $3 million guaranteed. That's a lot for us. Hell yeah, give me $3 million to like sit the bench, but to him that is pocket change. He is in his hometown or his home state, I should say. He is hungry. He wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. I think
everybody, like, let's just be honest. Everybody, any quarterback in the league wants to be a Dallas Cowboy quarterback.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. Come on.
I bet you every quarterback in the league wants to be a Kansas City Chiefs.
No,
they want to be in a fun offense.
No. Everybody wants to be a Dallas Cowboy quarterback because of the stature it comes with and just the.
Let's get into this.
Okay.
The Dallas Cowboys have had two quarterbacks, Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman.
The Dallas Cowboy quarterback position is probably the most coveted position in sports. No. Not was. It still is.
Not with Dak Prescott at the helm. Not with Quincy Carter at the helm. Not with Drew Bledsoe at the helm.
Let's go back. Roger Staubach.
1.
Troy Aikman.
2. After that, who else is there?
Tony Romo.
Oh, okay, I forget about Tony Romo. He is good but he never won the big game.
He never won the big game because we didn't focus.
Because he fumbled on the 3-yard line on a PAT, right?
Here we go. Seattle. But let's be honest. They never gave when they gave Romo a running game with DeMarcus Murray, right? Not DeMarcus Murray. I forget his first name. With Murray.
DeMarco
Murray. When they gave him a running game with DeMarco Murray, they went far in the playoffs. That's the season that Dez caught it. And we should have beat the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
And
wasn't that the year the Packers won the Super Bowl too? Or did they lose to the Seahawks? I can't remember.
Say again?
Wasn't that the year that the Packers won that Super Bowl too?
Yes. Yeah. So that should have been the Cowboys Super Bowl, but we were robbed.
So let's go ahead and jump in the chat here. Jameson thinks that Andy Dalton will start from day one.
I don't know day one. I think it takes a couple weeks.
I think Dak has to lose a job on Sunday for Andy Dalton to become a starter, just because he has been there for what 4. He's going on his 5th year, like right. Yeah. So,
but if Dak holds out, on the other hand.
If Dak holds out, his career now is over.
We all know Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is, you're going to do it my way, or you're going to fucking sit the bench.
Right.
So, all right, let's go. Topic number 3. Let's go. We've talked about the Cowboys enough.
Number 3. Marshawn Lynch wants to come back to the Seattle Seahawks. If you guys remember last year, he did come back like week 16, I think was, played 3 or 4 games for the Seahawks after sitting out for 14 months. He looked fat. He looked slow. Looked really out of shape. So does Marshawn Lynch coming back to the Seattle Seahawks, I think I had them going like 9-7. I think you had them right around the same 9-7, 10-6 mark there. Does beast mode put them over that edge, make them, 11-5 Super Bowl contenders?
No, I don't think so. But I do give them a better chance in the red zone with beast mode. I don't think beast mode is that first and second down back or even third down back out of the red zone. In the red zone, I think Marshawn Lynch helps them in the red zone, which, a lot of teams in the NFL need help in the red zone, right? Red zone receivers. Like, I still think Dez Bryant is a valuable option as a red zone receiver. Same with Marshawn Lynch. I think Marshawn Lynch is a downhill runner in the red zone. And if you're in trouble in the red zone, can get you into the end zone.
See, I have 3 problems with this. The only reason why beast mode came back last season was because Seahawks were riddled with injuries in the backfield. Not because they needed him. Sorry. Well, they needed him, I should say. Not because they wanted him.
You coughing over there. You got that Rona?
I've been drinking Corona all night, straight into the pipe holes. So the reason why I don't think the Seahawks need beast mode or really want beast mode per se is because look who they drafted in the draft. They drafted a 6'7" tight end. His name is Colby Parkinson. This kid is 6'7". Do you remember that Super Bowl when the Seahawks played the Patriots and they threw on the 3-yard line and they got that?
They could have handed the ball to beast mode.
Pete Carroll wants to throw the ball in the red zone. That's why they drafted a 6'7" tight end. Box him out, post him up, one-handed grab, boom. We don't need beast mode. We drafted 2 running backs. We have Carson still, and they have the other guy that got injured as like as well. His name is slipping my mind. Marshawn Lynch is kind of like Frank Gore. You would have him on the roster simply for the notoriety. Like I think make the fans happy. So maybe when you do get into the red zone, give him one touch.
I don't know. Beast mode has that mentality, just like he says, run through a motherfucker's face enough, and they're gonna stop.
Well, he can run through all he wants. He has to lay off the ho-hos and Twinkies. I mean, you saw him.
It really depends on what kind of shape beast mode comes back in.
If he comes back into his playing shape the year that he retired, not last year, but the year and a half before that, I think he will be okay. But I don't think
I don't think Marshawn Lynch is washed up just yet. Not just yet.
If you do not feel washed up, why do you retire the first time? I don't think physical ability has nothing to do with it. The reason why you retire is usually not because your body can't handle it; it's because your mind can't handle it. It is such a mental drain to prepare for game every week.
You know why I think he retired?
Because they didn't give him the ball in the red zone.
You're fucking right. I think that's why he retired. Like, you know what? Fuck the NFL. I could have won us the Super Bowl if you just would have handed me the ball at the 2, and I could have punched it in.
He still has the funniest commercial ever, though. Let's be totally honest.
Mike, you played football.
I did.
If you are a running back and you're on the 2-yard line and you're beast mode and someone doesn't give you the ball and instead for the championship now and they decide to throw the ball and it gets intercepted, you're not going to be salty?
So as a football player, if we are on the 2-yard line, I don't care what position I play. I can play tight end, wide receiver, slot back, running back, quarterback. I want the ball. I mean, so if I don't get the ball and we lose, I'm going to be salty no matter what position that I play. So if they were to throw that slant pass and it was caught and it was an interception, we would not be having this discussion whatsoever. Exactly. But the fact that, quote, beast mode was not able to be a beast in the red zone, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and take a short little break here, guys, and we'll be right back.
Live, raw, uncut, and uncensored. It's just for clicks. Featuring your host, Michael Buckeister.
Mike, we're going to have to get your name added into that intro, man. I got to know about you, but I feel kind of bad that you're left out in there.
You know, I'm used to being left out. It's all good.
So, guys, let's go ahead and get into the second half of the show. We skipped the first break for the fourth time in a row. Sorry, RTS Sports Talk, but when Mike get rolling, it's tough to talk.
Yeah. When me and Mike get going, it's. I think Mike, bro. I think we can talk football for probably 6-7 hours.
Especially when I get you riled up. You were trying to tell me that the Cowboys are the staple quarterback. I mean, come on.
It is. Come on. That is a staple quarterback of the league.
1997, yes.
No.
In 2020, no.
No. Come on. Dak Prescott hasn't won shit, but here he is on commercials. Eat this yogurt, and you'll have a better digestive system.
It's because that is the only deal that he can get, and that's the only essential company making money right now.
He's got the Camel Soup commercial too.
He had the Camel commercial. Now it's Andy Dalton's.
Hey, yeah, now it's Andy Dalton. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and talk about some offense here. The big offseason move was obviously Tom Brady to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
He has brought Gronk down. So I'm going to bring up this question here. Tampa Bay versus Kansas City, strictly just offenses. Quarterbacks versus quarterback, receiver versus receiver, tight end versus the tight end, running backs versus running backs. Who do you take?
It's hard to say because we don't know who is going to be the quarterback of Tampa Bay. Wait. I'm thinking New England Patriots. My bad. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady versus Patty Mahomes.
Let's go ahead and start it right at the top. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Who do you take there?
Patty Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes. Why? Because he's the best ever.
There you go. No, I don't think he's the best ever.
Not yet. No. You know what? You are right because you said Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes, so he's going to be the second best.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. I need to rewind the tape?
Calm down, Mike. I said Joe Burrow will be better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
In 2 or 3 years.
So therefore, Patrick Mahomes can't be the GOAT quite yet. He has to earn it still, right?
But I would if I was building a team right now, I would take Patty Mahomes over Tom Brady.
Because of age?
Age, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go a little deeper. Tom Brady is a system quarterback. You know, it's funny, Tampa Bay, the TB, Tom Brady, whatever. Yeah. I thought about
I digress.
But I think even in Tom Brady's prime, I think Patty Mahomes is still a better quarterback just because Tom Brady is, and I said it on previous shows, Tom Brady is a system quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. We are going to really find out if that holds true this year, if a Tom Brady does do well. So the reason why I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes in this situation is because I think Patrick Mahomes can go to any team and still be what he is. Tom Brady has to have people around him and possibly Bill Belichick to do anything.
No, exactly. But and you know, whatever quarterback goes to New England and is their guy, I think still has the same level of success as Tom Brady.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the same levels as far as 6 championships, but definitely, you know, a 11-5 a lot of the years going to the playoffs a lot. So
no, you give Belichick a year or two, and he'll have his quarterback right. And I think we start seeing the Patriots back in the playoffs, back into the AFC Championship game, and even in the Super Bowl. Belichick, man, not obviously. No, it is. It's obviously. Bill Belichick is the best head coach in NFL history. I put him above Vince Lombardi, above Tom Landry. Bill Belichick, man, he's the best. He's the best. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, and since we're doing a team game here, you also have to look at the backups as well, just in case Patrick Mahomes dislocates his kneecap again or Tom Brady tears his ACL. Tom Brady's backup right now is Blaine Gabbert. He's a good backup quarterback, but he's not going to win you a lot of games. Chad Henne and Shea Patterson from Michigan is Patrick Mahomes' backups. I'm going to say Shea Patterson probably gets the nod over Chad Henne as backup role. So Shea Patterson versus Blaine Gabbert, I'm going to take Shea Patterson as well.
I don't know. Blaine Gabbert, You go back to the national championship game against Alabama, Texas and Alabama, right?
Right.
Blaine Gabbert as a backup quarterback almost won us the national championship.
The key word there is almost, because Texas.
Yeah, but this is a guy coming straight off the bench and going toe for toe with Nick Saban's offense.
Tua did it versus Georgia, right?
Yeah, Tua did it. I think Tua is a special talent. I still think Tua is gonna go to. He is in Miami. I think Tua turns Miami around.
Turns him around because he's going to tank for Trevor Lawrence.
You think? I don't think so. No, man. Tua is their franchise quarterback going forward.
Yeah, so, yes, Jameson, Jordan Ta'amu is still on the Kansas City Chiefs roster. For those of you that don't know who Jordan Ta'amu is, he was the XFL quarterback for the Houston Roughnecks, I do believe. No, I'm sorry. It was the St. Louis team. The St. Louis Battlehawks was his quarterback. With the bringing of Shea Patterson in, I don't think Jordan Ta'amu makes the roster of Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", 165 pounds. So I think he's out.
I don't think he makes a 53-man roster.
No, he will have a special preseason because he's going to get a lot of playing time, and maybe somebody like the LA Chargers might pick him up. But let's go ahead and move on to the wide receivers ranks here. Tampa Bay, the Kansas City Chiefs, they have Tyreek Hill, they have Hardman, they have Sammy Watkins. Who does Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They have Mike Evans, they have Chris Godwin. Those are some of the big names that I can think of off the top of my head.
Mike Evans, he's better. It's hard to say between Mike Evans and Tyreek Hill, right?
Even if you're saying Mike Evans is better than Tyreek Hill, I think he is because
it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah. But just that receiving core that Kansas City has, they have Hardman and Sammy Watkins. Do you remember we were talking about the Cowboys receiving core? They could easily have a number one receiver playing number 3 or number 4. I think Sammy Watkins right now, he is the number 3 or number 4 receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs roster. He is a number 2 on many, many teams. He is very, very good. Hardman is going to show you guys something this year. Last year was his rookie. He didn't get the ball that much.
I don't know if Hardman is a Sammy Watkins. I think Sammy Watkins is your number 2.
The problem with that is Sammy Watkins plays such a good slot receiver. He reminds me of Wes Welker for the Patriots.
Yeah, but here we go with Andy Reid.
What's that?
Here we go with Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid and Mike McCarthy, those two guys are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, they are.
Would you agree?
I agree. Yes.
So putting those guys in different matchups and different situations, that's the same thing as the Cowboys. You're putting Lamb, Cooper, and Gallup in different situations, and I think you're putting Hill and Watkins in different situations that create a mix match nightmare, right? Because you can put Sammy Watkins in the slot and create a linebacker and wide receiver matchup nightmare.
Right.
Name one. There are linebackers who can cover those kind of receivers in the league.
You're right. Chiefs picked it up.
There's a very few linebackers can cover those guys in the slot, right? So let's say out of 32 teams, maybe 3 or 4 teams have linebackers that can cover that slot, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, so this is what I'm going to base my opinions off of right here. You can assemble the best defense out there, right? You can assemble a Pro Bowl defense to play the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're still going to create matchup issues with you because of Tyreek Hill. You can move Tyreek Hill to the outside. You can move him into the slot. You can move him to a wing back. You can put him in the running back position. That is why I would take him over Mike Evans. Yes, I do like Mike Evans' size, his hands, his speed, etc. But he is a wide receiver. You put him on the outside.
I don't know if I take Hill over Evans.
Well, the reason why I'm taking him over him is because of the versatility that he can cause in matchup issues.
I get the versatility, right? But can Hill go up for that 50-50 ball? No.
Yes, we saw that in the AFC Championship game.
So you're saying that Hill is at that 50-50 ball than Evans?
I think Mike Evans gets the 50-50 ball more often than him as a jump ball. But if it's a comeback ball, 50-50, give me Tyreek Hill every time.
When you're talking about the game on the line, right? Let's put it this way. You got 20 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
You're at the 30-yard line. You're at your own 30-yard line, and you're throwing a 50-50 ball up. You want Mike Evans or you want –
Well, I want Andy Reid as my coach because I got 20 seconds left and I got Tyreek Hill. You run a little slant or a screen to him, he is going to run the ball 65 yards in 7 seconds, 8 seconds, giving you first and goal.
I'm taking Evans.
Okay.
Because 2 seconds left, I'm throwing the ball in the end zone and I'm doing the 50-50 ball. Because it's incomplete, I still had time on the clock to do something else.
I will give you Mike Evans. I'll give you Mike Evans simply because of the fact that I still have Sammy Watkins, Lakar Hardman. How about this guy? Very few people have heard of this guy from my Kansas State Wildcats, Byron Pringle. He is just as fast as Tyreek Hill is. Faster than Sammy Watkins and like Harden. He is the 5th receiver on this Kansas City Chiefs team. He could be a number 2 receiver on half of the NFL teams like out there. Don't sleep on Byron Pringle. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver core too because of the core, not because of one individual, Mike Evans, the core.
It's a toss-up because there's different situations that I can put Tyreek Hill in and be successful. And there's different situations that I can put Mike Evans in and be successful.
I will give you this. The tallest receiver on the Kansas City's roster right now is 6'1", right? Mike Evans alone is 6'5". So probably the average height. So the shortest player receiver wise on the Tampa Bay roster is 6 foot. That is Jordan Minkins, number 85 in your playbook. 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. Got Mike Evans 6'5", 240. It looks like everybody on the Kansas City Chiefs roster is underneath 6 foot tall. So I will give you the Tampa Bay receiving core. Just for the legitimate of this next argument, tight ends. You have Gronk, you have Travis Kelce.
Yeah. That's hard, man.
Travis Kelce alone will give me the Kansas City Chiefs offense every time because he is so versatile. He can block. What guys, this year when Kansas City Chiefs are on primetime TV 4 times or 5 times this season on Sunday Night Football, watch Travis Kelce. Don't watch him catching the ball, running his slant routes, running his end, running his curls. Watch him blocking the running game. Watch him block. That is a difference maker.
Kelce is a better blocker than Gronk, in my opinion.
Better hands than Gronk too.
I don't know.
You know what? Thinking about it, looking back, watching Gronk catch those balls, he would catch those like high point the balls. That kid probably has 16-inch hands. Those things are huge. Like he could definitely maul a ball. But so hands, I'll probably give Gronk here. But Travis Kelce is more complete player. We saw Gronkowski get chased down Was it the Miami game? I think it
Yeah,
was.
but you expect a tight end to get chased down.
I don't think Kelsey gets chased down like that though.
I think Chelsea is a run through your face tight end.
Jameson is in the chat here saying that Tampa Bay is 3 deep at the tight end. So I don't know who else they have at tight end here. Let's look it up here.
Gronk, OJ Howard, and Cameron Brate. And
Yes.
I don't know. OJ Howard and Cameron Brate, no names. They're Rob Gronkowski is, but
Oh,
here you go again. You're connecting Brady with Gronk, right? That was a recipe. Besides, the only thing you're missing is Amendola.
Well,
I don't know.
would you take Amendola over Mike Evans?
No, hell no.
So yeah, I mean you're definitely upgrading there. But just to go to Jameson point here that the Tampa Bay have three linebackers deep. How many times in a game do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to come out with 3 tight ends and utilize those guys? Once in the red zone, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, like I don't care if you have every big name tight end on your team. You're more than likely you're going to have one of them on the field at one time. So Mike, let's go ahead and wrap the show up here. Now that we've kind of debated of like who's better at each position, who are you going to take? Tampa Bay offense or the Kansas City offense?
Kansas City,
hands down.
Hands down.
Because of Patrick Mahomes, or like what is the other of it?
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. I think Patty Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady, hands down. Hold on. I think Patty Mahomes is a better quarterback now than what Tom Brady is now.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Patrick Mahomes is better now than Tom Brady was in his prime. Tom Brady never really.
I don't say that because of the system with Bill Belichick.
So let's say Tom Brady played with Andy Reid in his prime and the Kansas City offense right now, and Patrick Mahomes is with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now with the same team that they have with like Gronk and Bruce Arians and Mike Evans. Are you taking the Tampa Bay offense over the Kansas City offense then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady.
I think so. Can you imagine Patty Mahomes with Bill Belichick?
I don't think Patrick Mahomes is the same player that he is with Bill Belichick, because I think Bill Belichick is so, this is my way, this is the way the play is ran. I don't think he has the ability to freestyle, like roll out of the pocket and because you very rarely saw Tom Brady. Maybe it was an athletic issue because I
think Bill Belichick plays to the quarterback's strengths.
You mean so? If Patrick Mahomes starts out with Bill Belichick like Tom Brady did, they were both there in 2001, I think it was, and they both grew. Then I think Patrick Mahomes is the player that like he is now. But if Patrick Mahomes was to get traded to the New England Patriots, I don't think Bill Belichick is able to play call to his strengths.
We'll see.
We better not see, because Patrick Mahomes better be in Kansas City for a very, very long time.
Patty Mahomes is going to be a Chief for life. There's no way they're getting rid of him.
Do you think ever because we are in the age of the $100 million quarterbacks, basically quarterbacks breaking the name or breaking the bank, 130, 140, $40 million. Last year, it was rumored that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to offer Patrick Mahomes $200 million to stay in the Kansas City Chiefs uniform. Do you think Patrick Mahomes? But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to take a hometown discount like Tom Brady did for many, many years and win a bunch of Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think Patty Mahomes takes the $200,000 deal, right?
$200 million.
And $200 million deal. And then year over year over year over year,
They restructure it.
he restructures.
Okay. I could definitely see that. Make him feel special, give him that biggest contract ever, but hey, we're actually going to give you like $9 million a year, so
Exactly.
whatever. Like, make it all in because Jameson would be the good person to answer this, but I think the only salary cap, because you have like $100 million salary cap or whatever it is each year, I think only guaranteed money hits the salary cap if I'm not mistaken. So you can have a base salary of like $1 million, but say he throws for his 5,000 yards, oh, here's $19 million or whatever. So I mean, they could restructure it like that, I think, but it is what it is. So guys, that is going to be it for tonight's show or today's show, whatever it is. rtssportsnetwork.com. Go ahead and check them out. If you are following us on YouTube, Just for Clicks YouTube page, give us a subscribe. Share us with a couple of friends on Facebook. Share us as like as well. Mike, any closing thoughts before we head out, man?
Accepted.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Bold prediction.
Now that Andy Dalton is with the Cowboys, Cowboys are NFC champions in
Well,
20.
that was a given.
No.
That's not a bold prediction. The bold prediction would be that the Dallas Cowboys are going to go to the Super Bowl versus Kansas City Chiefs, like we already predicted in last week's show.
It might be Kansas City and the Cowboys. Because remember, I picked Seattle
Right.
and the Chiefs. I might, now that we got Andy Dalton,
We are.
and I know Andy Dalton is not a Russell Wilson or a Aaron Rodgers.
We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
So we'll see. I mean, Cowboys and Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and Cowboys come out on top. Let's
I
go.
want to make a bold prediction. Going with your Dallas Cowboys thread here. When Andy Dalton comes onto the field, he is an MVP caliber candidate.
Let them lay down.
Ooh, that's a
5
bold
seconds.
prediction.
Catch us next time, guys. Just for Clicks. We out.
Doses.
You want them.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Just for Clicks, featuring your host, Michael Buckeister. Tune in next time once again for Just for Clicks.